The Police Minister Fikile Mbalula is yet to retract his comments about the ex-Hawks boss Berning Ntlemeza. Mbalula said that Ntlemeza broke the law by returning to work yesterday. But what's the real state of play here, and what should be the next steps? We're joined on the line by Ntlemeza's lawyer, Comfort Ngidi. Mr. Ngidi, good morning, and thank you very much for talking to us. Just a couple of things for us to clarify. Firstly, yesterday, the minister was very clear that as far as he was concerned, Berning Ntlemeza should not have been at work, and also he should not have been using any assets that belong to the state, like the car and the phone. Now, we understand that since that time, those have been returned. Is that the case?
No, that is the case, sir. And thank you for having me. What happened yesterday, and it's in our view, it's a bit of a tragedy of justice, because almost all the parties, I'm talking about the Helen Suzman lawyers, I'm talking about us, I'm talking about the decided cases by the appellate division in the SCA, we all unanimous that once we have appealed a decision, that has an automatic effect of suspending the decision. In fact, if I may just quote, because it's a public record now, a letter from Webber Wenzel writing to the SCA, where in paragraph 6 of their letter, they state quite clearly, section 18.4.2 provides as follows, that the aggrieved party has an automatic right of appeal to the next highest court, which we have exercised. 2, that the court hearing such an appeal must deal with the matter as a matter of extreme agency, which they were writing to court to ask the court to expedite the matter. And thirdly, such order will be automatically suspended pending the outcome of such appeal. There's the Helen Suzman attorneys. We have communicated this to the state attorney, and I can say, if you look at the decided cases, the decided case of University of Free State and AfriForum, which was decided last year in November, is on par. It says exactly this. Hence, we have decided that we had given the minister until end of business yesterday to retract what he was doing, to stop interfering with our client from going to work, and failing which we hinted to him that we proceeded to get an appropriate order to stop him from his unlawful action from our point of view, which we are proceeding. We have prepared papers. We'll be filing papers today.
So you haven't heard from Minister Fikile Mbalula since yesterday?
We wrote to his attorneys, because he speaks through his attorneys, which is the state attorney. We wrote to them. They have not responded to us. And I want to be honest with you. We also do not want to believe that an attorney would have advised the minister to proceed in the manner that he has proceeded, because we have not received anything from the state attorney that contradicts our view that when we are appealing the lower court, it's common sense and it's the hierarchy of courts. When we are appealing the lower court, the higher court appeal has an automatic effect of suspending the lower court's decision. And in particular, the SCA, and that case that I've quoted to you for the SCA, the case between the University of Free State and AfriForum, quite clearly defines the procedure, and that the decision of the lower court is suspended. The matter had been decided by the Free State High Court. 3 judges in Free State High Court. It related to the language policy of the university. And the AfriForum wanted the decision to be implemented immediately. And the SCA quite clearly expressed the correct view, and we have communicated this to the minister. But up to now, our client is not at work. We have agreed that we are going to comply with the minister's directive. He's returned the assets that he's asked for. He is not reporting for duty until we get a court order that compels the minister to comply with the law.
And this morning, you are going to be filing an urgent, applying for an urgent order against the minister to allow your client to return to work?
his friendly, our friendly reminder to him, which was done up to the end of business yesterday, has expired. We're going to court today.
And what are you asking the court today to do?
We're asking the court to stop the minister from interfering with our client when he's executing his duties. That's the summary of our application.
Okay. Now, your application of appeal that you filed on Friday in Bloemfontein, when is that likely to be heard? Because this matter is urgent. If you hear what commentators are saying about ensuring that the work of the Hawks continues, about the importance of the institution of the Hawks.
Then that's the other sad story. I understand in the press conference there was a statement that we had not filed our appeal, which is obviously cannot be true, because if you phone Bloemfontein, the court would have confirmed to the people that were saying we had not filed. They could have told them the case numbers. We have filed already, and in fact we have written to the SCA together with Weber Wenzel, who are the attorneys of the Helens. We have written to the SCA to ask the SCA to expedite the matter. Of course, we have written to the SCA as well, supporting that call. But our addition, though, is that this particular case should not be given a priority, an unfair priority above others. It has to be expedited, but it will be unfair to other litigants. If you are going to say other agent matters should be put aside now, our client's matter must be heard first. That we feel that would be like an unfair priority that would be given to them. We're saying it has to be expedited, but in the context of saying there are other litigants that are there whose matters are urgent, the president of the SCA must prioritize our matter, but of course keeping in mind the right of other litigants whose matters are urgent as well.
Okay, we understand that the Minister, Fikile Mbalula, is going to be holding a press briefing at midday today where we expect a response. But just to clarify, Mr. Ngidi, before I let you go, this morning you are filing an urgent interdict in court asking the Minister not to interfere with the client. You have returned the car, you have returned the phone as the Minister requested yesterday, and you will respect the Minister's instructions for your client not to go to work, pending still that appeal that you say you filed last Friday.
I'll just have to check with regard to the cell phone, because the car, I'm definite, because I actually supervised that for it to be done. But the cell phone, the general was a bit concerned that it's got messages of people who are being investigated, etc., which matters may be confidential. He first has to clear or clean the cell phone before he could return it. Otherwise, he could compromise the pending investigation, which may have been communicated to him by virtue of his position being the head of the Hawks.
But the car is definitely back with the Hawks?
The car is definitely. I actually saw it when it was taken there. I actually, because this happened while we were in consultation as well.
But you're not sure. You're not sure about the cell phone yet.
The cell phone, I just have to verify that if he was able to clean it and hand it back, because still he's a professional police officer. He must make sure that he complies with the law, but within the legal framework, without compromising other people's rights as well.
And he will not be going to work.
He is definitely not be going to work. Will be complying with the minister's decision. But what I must highlight then is that firstly, he still has to sign the affidavit. We finished it almost this morning with our advocate, so he still have to sign it. So I can't say it will happen this morning, but it's definitely going to happen during the course of the day, because it's finalized. He must still read it and check, and we must check it, and he must sign it off for it to be filed in court.
Is this the affidavit for the urgent interdict against the minister?
For the urgent interdict against the minister.
Thank you very much for clarifying all of that. That's the Berning Ntlemeza's lawyer, comforting it.